Hey, what's up guys? Jake here, Maximum Fatal 12. We're hanging out with these two characters that we know nothing about, so that's really fun, so let's get going. Doesn't seem like that Indian guy has our cards either. I mean, like, if he did, then he would have gone straight for us, since he knows it's best to take out the toughest competition first. What would you have done if someone just so happened to get all our cards when they were first distributed? I mean, probably just fucking die, right? There's not much counterplay here. Nothing much. I'd just die knowing I lost my bet and curse my fate. About it. I can't really stand this woman sometimes. She makes you think she's got it all planned out, but she leaves the most crucial bits up to luck. Her cautious and rational actions end up getting thrown out the window when she goes wild for no discernible reason. Also, she's an animorph and turns into a fucking snake. I honestly don't know what goes on her head. This is the first time I've come across a woman who doesn't just do whatever a man tells them. Okay, buddy. I feel like maybe you're not hanging out with human women, really, but fine. The worst part of it all, though? Well, either way, we're working together, till it's just the two of us. If you ain't up for it, then let me smack you around some more. That's what she does to resolve everything. She resorts to violence. I can't call her a nasty name out loud, so I'll just keep the insults to myself. You're a fucking bitch. Is there a reason we're in China when we need to be in Japan for the final days of divine selection? Ain't it obvious? Much as I love Peking duck, I've never been able to eat it right here in Beijing before. Are you serious? We've got some homework to do out here as well. Huh? Right before our ship got attacked, I caught wind of a top brass executive for a Chinese food company collapsing during a meeting. Okay, I just rewound for a second. It's fine. As you might have guessed, Odette's the representative for a certain shipping company. Okay? Of course we're talking about this woman, so there ain't no way it's a plain old shipping company. It's a very fancy shipping company that ships snakes. It doesn't matter if it involves drugs or even dead bodies. Why would you ship dead bodies? They'll take any job they're paid to do. In that regard, you could call them smugglers. Their existence is kept in the dark, though, likely because they're fucking smugglers. Well, it's not quite accurate to say they'll take any job, considering Odette makes it a point to turn down anything she considers boring. Not a very smart businesswoman, huh? Certain circumstances led to my hitching a ride on her boat, which is how we ended up cooperating in the first place. I went to look at more info after we'd been brought back, but turns out there weren't any record of the incident at all. Hold on, doesn't that mean? I can't even take the bite of food in front of my mouth when she says that. She, on the other hand, grabs the bottle of Sheijing and downs what's left of it. I'm not going to pronounce that word, dude. I'm going to keep tabs on this sort of info thanks to my line of work, so I ain't going to forget about something like that easily. His name's Ro Chanho. I dug deeper after that, and here's the kicker. He seems to be alive and well. What? The moment she mentions his name, the book beside her emits a strange light. It's a big, thick, auburn-colored book with some gold leaf decorations on it. I know, you have one too, my dude. But there ain't no pages in it, just a big old hole in the middle when you open it. I've got the same exact book, see? I know. It's some kind of card-storing book used to store cards. Now we're talking. The dull light focuses into a single point when she opens her book. It gradually fades, and in its place is a rectangular piece of paper. Odette catches it while it's hovering in midair. Bingo. Looks like our friend Roshang is numero VII. Well, damn, that was so easy. That girl who was going on about being a goddess mentioned that the cause of all our debts had been undone. The fact that Odette was able to notice such a paradox proves the girl wasn't lying. Now we gotta play the guessing game. He was a fatso, so he might have had diabetes, which means he could have died from low blood sugar. Then again, I can't see a bigwig like him not taking the proper precautions, so if something killed him unexpectedly, it'd more likely have to be a stroke or heart attack. No love from the cards, huh? She calls it a guessing game, but she clearly isn't taking stabs in the dark. Does the fact that a card didn't appear mean she's not on the right track? Maybe there's some kind of condition that causes the cards to appear. How come Rose's name card never appeared before now, even though he'd learned about him earlier? Hell if I know. Guess you gotta think a little bit harder now that you're unsure. How about you lend me some help here? Wait a minute. I thought of a few other possibilities just now, but I wasn't sure if they were right or not. But now that I've said nothing has happened, I'm sure. You sure do love talking to yourself. My attempt to tease her falls on deaf ears. That grin spreads across her face and after bursts with confidence. Between a stroke and a heart attack, I'd bet he suffered from the former. Wouldn't be surprising if his diabetes caused him to have one out of the blue during his meeting. How's that sound? She directs her question towards the book, as if it'd nod back. Amazingly enough, it does respond. It reacts the same way as when she obtained Rose's card name. Numeral VII's cause of death was a stroke. Things went well this time, but it seems one of the rules is you gotta believe in your answer to make a card appear. Can't expect results from blind guessing, even though it all seems kind of ambiguous. So, okay, let me see if I got this. You can't guess unless you're sure. But if you say your guess confidently, it'll work. That's retarded. You gotta believe in it, huh? I should mention Odette went through that entire process while she continued to chow down on her food. I plan on going easy on the booze so I could stay rational, but I end up downing my drink as well. Wow, a whole drink. You must be lit as fuck, my dude. I figure being stuck with her is a bad thing, but on the other hand, it might be perfect for me. This woman is gonna be useful. She'll probably carry you all the way to the end and then drop you like a sack of potatoes, my dude. It's not often you find someone who's got the brains to match the brawn, so it should be able to get rid of anyone my way with her around. Okay, here's what I don't know. Like, I get why he would pair up with her. She's A, smart, and B, apparently very strong. What I don't know is why she would pair up with him, because he's a useless pile of fuck. Why would she cooperate with me, though? Oh my god, he read my mind. Maybe she figures I have all the info I need on her, so she's doing this to make sure I don't hand anything off to the other participants. That makes sense. We were on the same boat when it sank, so naturally you'd think we both died the same way. Since I've got her name and cause of death, she wants to keep me in check. Although keeping me around probably makes it easier for me to figure out her regret, right? So you'd think it'd be better if she just... What if she just stabbed him with a knife, you know? What she doesn't know is that I don't actually know her cause of death. She shouldn't know mine either. We might have died when the ship was attacked, but the actual causes weren't by drowning or from fire. Here's the thing, though. She can probably guess, right? In reality, the only info we have on each other is our names. Or that's just making it seem like she knows more so she can have leverage over me. Basically, this whole cooperation thing is a front so she can get her hands on my info when we're the last two remaining. Heh, now that's the kind of chowing down I like to see. Bring us the best of what you got. Yeah, count me in. The most important challenge of my life is about to begin. I ain't about to fail, and I certainly ain't gonna let her drink me under the table. You probably will. We end up drinking till all the wine in the restaurant is gone. All the wine in the restaurant. That sounds A, very expensive, and B, not very likely. Amazingly enough, she pops up another bottle back at the hotel as a substitute for water. I'm not about to join her, so I go back to my room and sleep. The next morning, I notice I have Rose's card in my own book, too. Ooh, spooky! Who put it in there? Was it a ghost? Wow, we're really sticking with this character for a long time. I was really hoping we could get back to the cool teenage girls, huh? Later that day, Odette gets me to start tailing him. Define him, Ro. Needless to say, this is for the sake of getting information regarding his regret. Divine Selection takes place at 12 p.m. on Sunday, JST, so we'll be in a good spot if we manage to get all 3 pieces of information on him before then. As for why I'm tailing him on my own, well, Odette's down with a hangover. Weird that, who would have guessed? Not in the way you'd imagine, though. She ain't suffering in bed. She's pissed off and screaming at everyone and everything. What a sweetheart. Can't believe she's making me second-guess her usefulness just one day later. Odette, this ain't good. He regrets nothing. He's a monster. Not long after I started tailing, I'm gonna have to rush back to the hotel to get Odette. Rose's company was located in one of those fancy high-class buildings in the middle of Beijing City. I lost sight of him thanks to it being so crowded, but I managed to learn his plans. A few minutes after entering the building, he made his way back out. Acting as someone there on official business, I asked the front desk about his schedule, to which they replied he was leaving on a business trip. They were hesitant about revealing the destination at first, but I managed to get them to reveal he'd been staying in Taiwan for 3 days while visiting their local branch. Turns out we can hop on the same flight as him if we haul ass over to the airport. He's on his way over to Taiwan, so get moving. We're gonna go after him. I knock on her door, fully expecting her to flip out at me. Imagine my surprise when she struts out of her room all ready to go, luggage and all. As an aside, our phones and credit cards were perfectly intact despite our washing up ashore, so we didn't have any issues buying whatever gear we needed. What a happy coincidence. Wow, she doesn't wear a lot of clothes. I just told the front desk we'd be checking out. You what? Sorry to burst your bubble, but I was fully aware of his plans when we hashed things out last night. Why'd you give me the tailing then? Ain't much of a co-op if I'm doing all the ops, you know what I mean? I'd planned basically on calling the whole thing off if you couldn't get your hands on such basic info. She drops that bombshell on me like it's a casual greeting. Is she just wearing like this BDSM outfit with like a top, a bottom, and like half sleeves, like elbow warmers? I don't know what the fuck is happening here. Also, she is ripped AF. Like, damn, girl. The fact she doesn't mention what she'd do with me if I failed her little test proves how twisted she is. Why do I gotta be tested in the first place? Because you're terrible. You're a bit too sly for your own good. What was that? Nothing. Oh, don't kill me. We leave the hotel after a rush to get my stuff together. Anyways, Is this a different room? Having made it on time to catch the same flight as Ro, we make our way to our hotel in Taiwan after landing. It's the same hotel he's staying in, so we choose a room far enough away from him, and then discuss our next move over some wine and cheese. Seriously, I want to know what happens if they just go over and kill him with like a knife. Can they not die? Are they immortal? Wouldn't that be fun though? Wouldn't that be a faster way to do it? I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think you'd try to find him on the flight itself. Well, I couldn't find him in the flight's lobby since he had the nerve to fly business class. Then again, it's probably best that he did, since that stomach of his would just piss off everyone in economy. Glad I was able to upgrade to business class myself, though. Managed to tail him from the arrival lounge to his hotel because of that. Meanwhile, I was stranded in economy. Do you realize the other participants know your face, right? What would you have done if he noticed you and started to panic? Oh, we know what each other look like? I don't know why I didn't assume that. I guess I did see, like, the Indian guy and Miharu. So I guess that makes sense. That kind of makes it easier, though, right? That's weird. He didn't seem bothered. Probably doesn't expect to see other participants to make their way out to China to find him. Here's the problem, though. He probably does know what you look like, right? In fact, the way he's working and going about his daily life mean that he doesn't actually believe divine selection's happening. That's true. Most adults wouldn't believe that crap. The only reason I did is because we both washed ashore together. Here's the problem, though. If I had a dream where a goddess was like, hey, these other people are gonna fucking murder you, these people you've never seen before, and then I wake up and see one of those people on my flight, I'd be like, whoa, that's scary as fuck, and have my security murder her. She grins nihilistically before continuing. I don't know what it means to smile in a nihilistic manner, but sure. Surely you'd have some questions about how you're still alive if you're aware that you died, though. Seems like enough to believe this whole situation's for real. Is this a nihilistic smile? Because it's not. It's not a smile, nor is it nihilistic. It's an angry grimace. I'm pretty sure you're the only one with enough screws loose to reach that conclusion. Oh, sure, insult her. She'll kill you with her teeth, dude. And more importantly, something's fishy about how long he's staying here, wouldn't you say? I grabbed some squares of cheese as I posed that question to her. Why do we have cheese? Only once I confirm she's reacted to it, I continue. And the people at his work said he'd be gone for 2 nights and 3 days, but the front desk here said he's only here for tonight. I hope you made sure he wouldn't find out about your snooping, you fucking idiot. You're damn right I did. I started shouting at them about how he's being too noisy and they should fix things, only for him to tell me to deal with it since he's leaving in the morning. Huh, I guess that works. Still, that's odd. From what I gathered, he's visiting the Taiwan branch tomorrow in one of their factories the day after. This hotel's pretty ideal for getting to both locations, too. Oh well, just tail him again tomorrow. I'll do my own digging in the meantime. Do you mind being more specific? Let's forget about it for now and focus on tonight's grub. I still haven't had Taiwanese food yet, so I'm curious how it stacks up against good old Mediterranean. Oh, well, I guess we're best off not rushing things and messing it all up. Yeah, she'll leave that to you, my dude. We split the rest of the wine between us and finish off the cheese. Hey, just to be clear, Mediterranean cuisine belongs to Italy and not France. Cool, nobody asked. If anyone's gonna compare its quality to the seafood here, then it's me. Nobody cares. Why is he dressed like the Riddler? What a fucking weirdo. Are we still following those two? The major thing I take away from yesterday's activity is that surprisingly Taiwanese food ain't half bad. Great, we are still following those two. I hate this. Yeah, they could work on their presentation a bit, but those steamed shrimp buns were delicious. Could see myself getting hooked on those rice noodles, too. Don't even forget the spicy stuff, either. Adding some stuff, and then some other stuff, really created a perfect and rich balance between sweet and sour. Oops, that's enough Odette impressions for one day. Even though my stomach regrets eating so much last night, here I am in the hotel parking lot. Early in the morning, we're waiting for Ro. Once I see him leaving a taxi, I make sure to follow. And now I've been sitting around outside his company's building for a good part of the day. Boring as hell, but I'm used to waiting by this point. The streets of Taiwan really are an interesting sight, though. You can get a good hour's worth of entertainment from people watching. Too bad I still got another 7 hours left. After what feels like an eternity, I finally spot him leaving the building. Here we go! I figure he'll make his way back to the taxi too, but it looks like he's hoofing it instead. It's entirely possible the people at the front desk told me he'd only be staying one night just to get rid of me. But the fact that he's not going straight back to buy a taxi proves nothing. He could be going out for a meal with someone first, not much is normal for a corporate bigwig like him. As it turns out, he ends up being at an Italian restaurant in town. A ristorante, to be accurate. I don't know. Italian restaurants are split into Restaurantes, Tatarantes, and Osterantes. Restaurantes are the fanciest of the three. I don't care.
Heh, at least he's got good taste.
The glass paneling makes the restaurant easy to keep an eye on, so I waltz into a cafe directly across the street. It's got a glass paneling as well, so there's no danger of losing track of him. I order an espresso and dump plenty of sugar into it. It's gonna be a struggle to make this last as long as the Ristorante meal, but I gotta deal with it. Man, if only you could buy 2 espressos, or 3, or however many you want. As far as I can tell, it seems like a real fancy joint. Seems like he's made a reservation, judging by how he gets taken to his seat by one of the staff right away. Soon after, someone takes a seat across from him. A young woman. She's wearing one of those glitzy red dresses that dirty old geezers drool over. I'm pretty sure he's got a family, but it doesn't take much for me to catch on to what this is about. She ain't my type, but there's no denying she's a looker. Doesn't seem like a random hostess either.
Hardly surprising, considering the kind of person he is, I guess.
Having discovered their relationship, I spend the rest of my time watching them enjoy their meal. I guess he's picked out a wine beforehand. Gotta hand it to him. Red wine like that will send any woman over the moon, assuming they've got good tastes. It's just a shame he's using his bread to wipe up the leftover pasta sauce. You're gonna make that woman feel ashamed to be with you, buddy. The restaurant seems like it's more on the expensive end compared to the others around here, too. Chances are he started going to these types of places more often once he hit a certain age. He has the appropriate manners, but sticking to them and dropping old habits can prove to be tricky. Not like anyone's gonna call him out for it, considering his age and position. 3 hours pass before they finish eating and enjoying their after dinner espresso. Whatever. I get myself ready to leave while Ro pays for the whole thing by card. Fortunately, I know exactly what their plan is after this. Probably because I do the same thing. They go fuck. Once they leave and get into a taxi, I jump into another one and follow them. They end up making their way back to the woman's apartment. So after I confirm they've gone inside, I return to the hotel. Really? Her place? Not a classy move, my dude. I don't know much about Taiwanese dogs, but some breed I'd never seen before come out to greet them both when they arrive at her place. You took your damn time.
Part of the job. How'd things go on your end, though?
She waves her hand in dismissal. Guess she wasn't able to learn anything interesting that she's willing to share, so now she's pissed off. Meanwhile, I'm feeling pretty great because I've got my hands on some crucial info.
Looks like I'm the only one here that came out of this with info, then.
Quit bragging and spit it out, asshole. Yep, she's pissed alright, or lying to you. I have a quick sigh before explaining what I saw.
Our respectable businessman was out meeting a woman.
Not family, I assume. His wife and 3 kids should still be in Beijing.
You're right. She was a young one. No doubt she's his lover, considering they shared a little kiss before heading into her apartment.
Ugh, what a scumbag.
Right? The fatty acts all respectable when he's got a hot little dish on the side. Even her dog seems attached to him, so there's no doubt he visits often.
Damn. But I was talking about you. What kind of person spies on a middle-aged man's affairs like that, you fucking sicko?
Look, you can't accuse me of whatever you want just because you're pissed off. Anyway, it's pretty much a given that his regret has to do with his lover.
Really? That's quite a leap, my dude. Our last 2 attempts were regarding his family and work, but neither caused a card to appear. It might have been because we weren't entirely certain, but part of me felt that we just weren't on the right track. I'm confident on this one, though, which is why I direct my comment to the book, expecting it to turn out a card for me.
Oh, come on, what is this crap? It's gotta be his lover.
All that follows is a brief period of absolute silence, and the sound of air conditioning humming away in the background. Looks like you didn't dig deep enough. The fact that nothing happened despite your misplaced confidence proves you're wrong. I have no comeback. All I can do is begrudgingly jam a cigarette in my mouth. You can't smoke in here. Mind going to the smoking area? I really can't handle the smell of those things.
I guess we gotta start over. Do you want me to tail him again tomorrow?
She flashes me her standard grin in response. I guess you can have fun doing that again. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make sure to get the right turn on him this time around.
Whatever. I can't believe he's screwing around with his lover while I'm stuck here.
I find myself eyeing Odette after saying that, but nah. I wouldn't go out with someone like that, even if she asked. Yeah, I'm sure you have real high standards, dude. I head out to have a smoke after that, a little annoyed at myself for even considering that option. Yeah, man. Ladies always go for a guy who dresses like a fucking Batman villain. What a fucking sad sack. He always looks like he's about to cry, too. Like, whatever, dude. Oh my god, we're still following these 2. Okay. Whatever. You know what? I'm going to draw this episode to a close now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Be sure to tune next week for more Batman and the Riddler with yours truly. I'll see you guys then.